see if this worked. I might be live right now. I'm not totally sure. I think I'm live on YouTube. Just gonna make sure here. Okay, there we go. I think I'm live on YouTube. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, live on YouTube, and let's see if Facebook worked. This is the first time I am live streaming from my computer solo. It's just going to be me today because Kyle is in the process of going to the marathon. Although bad news, and I hope it's okay that I'm the one sharing it. I don't think Kyle's going to run the marathon, which is pretty sad. He was training, and I believe last weekend he ran 22 miles. As many of you know, a marathon is 26 miles, so he was just kind of training the distance, and he ended up injuring his foot, which is a bummer. And I think it's kind of been like an ongoing injury for him. And so yeah, it's just not like it's not looking like he's going to run the race, and that's okay, you know. It's okay because there's a lot of marathons. Marathons are not going to go anywhere, and it's not really about running the marathon, is it? It's about training for the marathon, about being the kind of person who is going to run a marathon, all that stuff. And so I'm still really proud of Kyle, and I know he's going through a hard time with it, but that's kind of why you're stuck with me today. So I want to make sure I got all this right. So I'm live on YouTube, I think. Yep, live on Facebook. Now I got to post the links, of course. Okay. For those who might not know, this is Free Journal Friday. Live on Facebook. Oh, sorry about that. I probably echoed. Make sure that this form works. It looks a little funky right now. There we go. Okay. All right. Bridget said, the real marathon is the friends we made along the way. Yeah, it sure is. Okay, links are pinned. For those who might not know, this is Free Journal Friday, where we always give away a free journal. Usually we'll spill some beans, we'll do some brag o'clock. You know, it'll just be a solid Friday live stream for all of you guys. Usually I'm joined by my co-founder, Kyle, but today it's just me. So sorry about that, but we're still gonna have a good time, and I want you guys to believe that. So forgive me as I get my screen set up here. Got to get all my chats ready to go so I can respond to everybody. And happy Friday. Hello. Hi, everybody. Hello. Happy Friday. I'm double checking my work, making sound okay for you guys. Melissa said YouTube is frozen. Is YouTube frozen? It's very possible. I also, have been known to just sit very still. So maybe that's what's happening. Probably not. All right, so guys, this is the last day of the Galaxy of Astoria pre-order. And I'm sure many of you have already pre-ordered that are watching this live stream. So thank you. If you haven't heard it yet from Kyle or I know we've said it a lot. We sent an email. But if you're watching this live stream right now, thank you. Thank you for supporting our business. Thank you for supporting the Heroes Journal. Thank you for being here at the ground level of the Galaxy of Astoria launch. You will be the first of many people, hopefully, to have your hands on the newest storyline of our journal. Super, super, super exciting. So thank you. We worked tirelessly to make this a really special storyline and event for everybody. And I hope that you love it as much as we love it, because we worked really, really hard on it, made sure it was something that was great, and I think you're going to like it a lot. So, yeah, cool. Okay. It's not frozen. Is anyone's audio going in and out? Anyone having any audio issues? I'm gonna check my streaming service here and make sure that my audio is okay, that my voice is being picked up. It looks like it is. It looks all right. Okay. All right. So, for those who might not know, Kyle and I lived together for about 3 years, almost 4 years, as we were building the Heroes Journal from scratch. After our first Kickstarter was funded, and up until like a week and a half ago, we had never not lived together. So it's kind of been an interesting, like awkward separation anxiety that I think Kyle and I have both felt from one another. You know, it's definitely the right thing to do. Don't get me wrong. It was time. There's no bad blood or anything like that. We just, 3 years is a long time to run a business, be best friends, and, be roommates. It's a lot of mileage, on a relationship. And so I'm glad that we're entering a new season, but I miss having a co-host right here doing the live stream with, I feel like we kind of established our own style. So it's kind of sad to not have him here, but hi, Mackenzie. Hello. Bridget said, is your hair different? You look different. I don't know. Maybe. Is my hair different? I don't think I did anything. I got it cut like a week ago. Maybe a week and a half ago. I don't know. Thanks, Bridget. I feel insecure now. Okay. GOI launch has inspired me to watch Star Wars episode 5 through, is that 9, I think? I don't know. While I bike indoors for the LOTR and other virtual challenges. Super cool. Has anyone been watching Kenobi? Because I don't want to spoil anything, but it's really good. It's really good. So yeah. Lauren says, I like your shirt. Hey, thanks, Lauren. This is one of my favorite shirts. I got the shirt at a thrift store for like a couple quarters. It says Walls on it. It's giant. It's like a triple XL shirt, and I love it. And it's really cozy. And I wear it when I live stream because I want to feel comfortable, I don't want to feel uncomfortable. So, yeah, guys, I got to be honest with you. Now that, it's just me live streaming, like, here's what I do in my free time. I watch a lot of stuff. I just watch stuff all the time. I'm always watching shows or movies. That's what I like to do. So, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to, for the next 5 minutes, talk about stuff that I've been watching and loving. And I hope that you watch it as well. So, Kenobi, Disney Plus. Really good. Obviously, it's a kind of a mini-series about Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars. It's not the best Disney Plus Star Wars related show. I would still give that to The Mandalorian. But it's not bad. It's not bad. Been watching The Boys, which is extremely not for kids or anyone with a weak stomach at all. It's an extremely graphic show. But I think it's really good, and it's really well done. And I feel obligated to watch a lot of Amazon Prime shows because they are making the Rings of Power, the new Lord of the Rings show. And I just want to make sure they don't fumble. I want to make sure that, they're making good stuff. My theory is that if they get some momentum and some confidence, then they will just continue to make good stuff. Take the right risks, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's The Boys. Show about superheroes and being terrible, terrible people. Victoria said The Orville. I have not seen The Orville. I would like to watch Orville. I'm a big fan, obviously, of Seth MacFarlane. By the way, guys, did you know Seth MacFarlane has a jazz album? I think he might even have 2 jazz albums. That's right. The creator of Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane. Creator of The Orville. I think writer and director of Ted has a jazz album. And it's actually pretty good. So, talented person all over the board. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, that's right. Chris, he has a jazz album. I know. Ooh, Chris also mentioned Invincible, which was also very good. A lot like The Boys, super graphic. It's animated, so I guess it's a little less intense, although maybe that's not even true. And yeah, both shows are quite a lot. Quite a lot. See, look, Sarah knows. Sarah said his Christmas album is lovely. I don't even know he had a Christmas album, but I'm not surprised at this point. Super, super cool. Sky said The Boys is next on my list. We've been finishing up Downton Abbey. Well, Sky, I cannot think of two opposite shows, two shows that are more different from one another than Downton Abbey and The Boys. Just, maybe just watch it with just you and the husband, because it is 100% not appropriate for kids whatsoever. So that's all I would say about that. Anyway, I have not watched Legend of Vox. Is it Machina or Machina? I'm assuming it's Machina is my guess. I have not. I honestly, Rachel, I haven't even heard of that. I've seen a few people talk about it though. Is it worth watching? Should I dig in? Because I feel like I'm missing out now. I feel like I gotta watch it. Ursa says, for me to watch TV shows with horrible people, it's tough for me to watch TV shows with horrible characters, is what Ursa was saying. Oh, it's based on a D&D game. Okay. Very, very cool. Wow, lots of praise for Vox Machina. Gotta watch it, gotta catch it. All right, what about, Stranger Things? As we've been watching Stranger Things, because Stranger Things, I gotta say, man, look, it's kind of scary, all right? I'll be the first to say it. I feel like no one's talking about the absolute arms race that Stranger Things has been putting itself through from from the first season to this season. And just how kind of spooky the whole thing has gotten and graphic. Super surprised. And it's really good. I'm actually loving it. Don't get me wrong. It's entirely justified. I wouldn't really say it's too gratuitous in its violence. But man, the production value on that show, it's like watching, every episode's like a movie. And it's about as long as a movie too. But it's really good. And it's not all out yet, which is kind of a bummer. I think they only released 7 of 9 episodes. And the rest come out in July. So yes. Gotta watch Stranger Things. Super good. Alexandria said, running up that hill had a resurgence, and I love it. That is true. I'm always fascinated by shows, especially shows that are set in the past, and their ability to make older songs that maybe didn't have a huge footprint back in the day just go crazy viral all of a sudden. And Stranger Things did that, season 4, with a song called Running Up the Hill. And if you've been on TikTok at all, or, have watched Stranger Things, you've probably heard it. And it's fantastic. I think it's really good. I know. Chris, I felt the same way. I felt so behind a couple weeks ago. I was I have to watch all these shows. And I spent about a week, and I just watched everything I could. I watched the rest of Ozark, which is also really graphic. I'm realizing now that I watch a lot of graphic shows, and I don't know if I love that about my life. But I will say this, for those people who maybe dabbled in Ozark and were like, this show's okay, I want to tell you, this is a rare thing for me to say about any show. I don't think it's that good. I watched the whole thing. I watched the ending. The way it ends, in my opinion, was pretty unsatisfying. And I would have been okay with not finishing the show. wanted to say that. Rashab just hopped in and said Moon Knight is great. Moon Knight is really great. Also on Disney Plus. What's his name? Is it Isaac? It's something Isaac, Edward, Ethan, Eric. I don't know. The guy from Dune is in it. I can't remember his name for some. Oscar Isaac is in Moon Knight and plays a very interesting role for what is kind of known as like a superhero character. Thank you guys. Thank you. I could talk about this all freaking day. Thank you, Claudia. I appreciate Claudia giving me a justified opinion on Ozark because I feel like it just kind of crashed and burned, and it was so convoluted, and I just kind of lost interest. All right, Lauren's bringing up Westworld. I watched, I think, the first season of Westworld, and it was freaking crazy. It was phenomenal. Need to watch it. Need to watch it again. Yeah. All right. I love talking about shows, but there might be some people in here that don't like talking about shows, you know? Maybe there's some people in here that are like, I don't have time to do that. Where do you guys find the time to do all that? And for those people, and for the sake of those people, we can move on. We can move on. So I have some things I want to show you. Usually when Kyle and I live stream, I'm like the one that's always pushing to spill beans and like show new products and stuff. And because he's not here to tell me I can't, I wanted to take advantage of that, and I wanted to show you a whole bunch of stuff. For those who might not know, I am currently in Texas, and so I have slowly been getting samples sent here. And you've probably seen a lot of these, but I'm going to show them to you anyway. So before I hop into these are all going to be, actually they're not. Most of these are going to be related to Galaxy of Astoria, but there is going to be a new bean that I'm going to show you today. Now, the reason that the Galaxy of Astoria stuff is relevant, as I said before, this is the last stinking day, last chance for you to get some of this stuff before August, or actually before September. So it's going to be a long time before this is really available. And if you order today, or by tonight, I should say, you'll get one of these. Doesn't even matter what you buy. If you buy anything or Galaxy of Astoria related, you will get this fancy plastic hotel-style keychain. And I love it. I think it turned out really good. Cool. First things first. I am wildly excited about these. These are our companion journals, and I'm pushing them from the back so you can see the color contrast. It's kind of like a nice grayscale. And this is the little sleeve that it comes in. You have these little signal markers here. So this is going to be lined, dotted, and blank. And you get one of each of these companion journals for your quest. It says that on the thing, but I just wanted to point that out because, you know, I like the details and packaging. So yeah, pretty exciting. Now these are blank on the inside, which is kind of a bummer, but the inside of these journals will have either lined pages, dotted pages, or literally just be blank. However, there will be spot art in the bottom corner, right-hand corner of each, not each, but like every 5 or so pages, maybe 7 pages. And they're all different, and they all spill a little bit of beans about the world, about the lore, even about Astoria as a whole. In fact, we've been designing more of these for other storylines like Legend of Astoria and IMA. There's some beans for you. And we've been dipping into a lot of different lore and stuff. But this is what they kind of look like, and they're gorgeous. This is my journal here, so you can see it is the same size, almost identical in size to the footprint of a journal. And I've heard, let's see if I can confirm this. I think it fits in a box. I don't know if this is actually true. This is my journal box. I'll put my leather LOI journal in here. I'll put this, I don't know if it's gonna fit, but we'll see. It doesn't really fit. Never mind. We tried. All right, it doesn't fit in the box. Sorry, you're gonna have to carry it outside the box, but that's okay. Anyway, these are the journals. This is the lined one. You can see from the little thing down there. This is the blank one, and then of course, this is the dotted one. So, I'm really excited about these companion journals. I know that they're just kind of, blank journals, but they have a special place in my heart because we worked really hard on them. And I think the final version, not these, lousy samples. I'm just kidding. The samples are great. The final version will be really great, and they'll be really easy to put back in the sleeve. Super easy, just like this one. Okay, there we go. Boom. Coming soon. This is included in every tier from the Cosmic Captain up. So I'm sure many of you will be getting that. You've probably seen the plushie already, but here the plushie is in all of its glory. A beautiful plushie it is. So yeah. That's probably my favorite plushie we made. It's like a nice mix between the aliens from Toy Story with the 3 eyes and like Oddish, the Pokemon. And it gives like a Neopet vibe. It's kind of like an amalgamation of a lot of different little cute sci-fi characters that we love. So, yes. Okay. Moving on. We got a Sciquest deck, of course. This is an embarrassing Sciquest deck. This is a sample. This has a massive spelling error that I think someone pointed out when we were showing it out on the live stream, and luckily, oh my goodness, we were able to catch it before it went into production, because that would have been a massive mistake. And the worst part about that is we actually hired a proofreader and still missed it. So you can never be too careful. Good thing we live stream, huh? The Sciquest deck, for those who might not know, is part of the Cosmic Captain and above, and it's got the little mentor on it. This is what the back of the cards look like. Front of the cards have these little side quests on them. I think this is the take 5 minutes and do a meditation card. And then the borders of the cards, you'll notice, are different, and they change. See that? Pretty exciting. And then this was a controversial one, the Cantina Page. Kyle didn't love this art style of this one, but I actually thought it turned out good. I really like it. That's what that looks like. So yeah. Whereas Waldo said, I would buy a regular card deck with this backing on it. It does look pretty cool. And I will say, for those who have a Sciquest deck already, this one is definitely different enough that you could have any other of our Sciquest decks and also have this one, and it would be like a different experience. I'll also say that these are they're not like playing cards. It's almost like a poster board in a way that's cut into the shape of a playing card. But they are a little different. So yeah, I'll put these back in the box. Thank you. See, Chris said, love the Cantina. I don't know who wouldn't love it. That's what I'm saying. Melissa said, spelling looks good so far. Yeah, Melissa was the one who caught the spelling error, and I'm very grateful for that. Melissa, thank you. Okay, so you've seen the keychain, you've seen the companion journals, the plushie, you've seen the deck. I'm going to show you something that we've never shown a live stream before. I categorically have never shown a live stream before. Meaning, not only has no one seen this on a live stream, we have never made anything like this before. So you lucky people here at this live stream, will kind of get the first dibs on some beans here that I'm going to spill. Earlier this week, I received a package in the mail of a sample of something that I have wanted to make for a long, long time. And I was really nervous that we weren't going to quite get the right kind of quality we were looking for. But I think that we have done it. And I'm so confident, actually, that we have done it that I use this said item for like 2 straight days. And, you know, that might not be the longest time to test a product, but it really stood up to my standards at least. And I was able to basically use it all day, and it was really great. Hi, Sam, by the way. And that product is, of course, let me make sure I don't knock anything over. The Planter Tote Bag. That's right. The Planter Tote Bag. It's incredible. I'll back up a little bit so you can kind of see. There's nothing in it right now, but this is the Planter Tote Bag. It's a 10-ounce bag, which is pretty. It's like a nice thickness. There's definitely some totes that are like very, very thin, and I wanted one that, you know, felt sturdy enough, had like the reinforced cross stitching here. Although this one doesn't. I think it's because it's just the sample, but I believe the finals will have cross stitching here, make it a little more secure. And you can fit a lot of stuff in here. Like I carry my laptop, my journal, pen, my keys, my wallet, like comfortably, and could have fit like even more stuff in here. So this is like, I would say this is slightly bigger than, honestly, if I'm being really honest with you guys, this is bigger than I thought it was gonna be. It showed up and I was like, holy crap, this thing's huge. But after using it for a while, I was like, this is comfortable size and I like it. It also has these nice little, like it kind of expands at the bottom. So it's like a flat bottom if you want to put, I don't know, something that would like kind of have it sit by itself. Anyway, that's the Planter Tote. And if you're like, man, I really want one of those. We are not making a ton of them, and this will be available in the Galactic Guardian and up. And for those who love pins, you have your pins. You will be getting a pins set with your order as well with the Galactic Guardian. I'm sure a lot of you already have other Heroes Journal pins. This is a great way to show off your pins. In fact, this whole other side is blank. So you can do with that whatever you would like. But congratulations, you're the first people to lay eyes, live eyes, on the tote bag. So, yeah. John said it's going to be perfect for produce shopping, and I couldn't agree more. I was carrying it around Austin, and I felt like I was going to like a yoga class because it's so like earthy feeling, and I love that the tote has its own design. Like we haven't used that design anywhere. And sorry, I put it away, but I'm bringing it back out. I just love the personality of these different little planters. You kind of have, you know, like a chunkier planter up here who's all sleepy, and then you have one that's like kind of laying on his stomach. You have, I don't even know if you can see what I'm looking at. Then you have, you know, the queen, of course, right here. And then you just got like one facing that way. You got one happy guy. You got a kind of a tall, lengthy one waving. You get this one frolicking. This one's pensive. This one's doing like a dance. It's just fun, you know? They all have their own little personalities. And I think that's great. Oh, I don't think I mentioned this, but if you want a plushie, that will also come in the Galactic Guardian. So when you think Galactic Guardian, just think major plushie energy, major planter energy, major tote energy. I will stop saying that now. So yeah. Now that's not all. That's not all that I brought. I brought one more thing I wanted to show you guys. Because this was kind of a surprise that was sent to me by our shipping team. And I am very, very, very excited about this. So, of course, we were talking about GOI kind of ad nauseum, if we're being honest. If we're just keeping it real here, like we like to do, we may have beaten a dead horse quite a bit with GOI. Now, we're excited about it, don't get me wrong, but we got other storylines. We have other stories, other parts of our brand and the stories that we like to tell. And while we were releasing GOI, we were restocking some classics. And restocking is not the right word here, because really we were revamping some of our other journals. Now, to be specific, we were revamping the Cauldron Gray and the Mystic Blue editions of the journal. And so now we have moved from the first edition IMA to the second edition IMA. And so I have with me here one of those new versions, and I will show it to you because out of nowhere, our warehouse just sent me a few samples. Now, I only have Cauldron Gray, and I will tell you a story as to why I don't have blue anymore, because I think it's a great story. Chris said, like updating them? Yes, like updating them. Yeah, it's gonna be great. So here we go. This is the new and improved Cauldron Gray for the Astoria Magic Academy storyline. Of course, we had to give it its own box and design. We have you stirring the pot here, stirring the cauldron rather. And just like the other boxes, there's kind of a snap opening here with the magnet. So you got that nice satisfying sound when you close it. Listen. Great. And yeah, there's a few very minor updates that you would probably never notice unless you were crazy like me. So let's just hop in to the actual journal itself. From now on, our journals will open, and actually what you'll see is the journal first. For a long time, we had the journal behind the Hero Habit Tracker bookmark, and I wanted us to, have the journal speak for itself when you opened it, have a little more of a kind of a gasp moment, if that makes sense. So we opted to have the bookmark placed behind the journal, like so. Let's go through some of the updates really quick. These are not out yet. These will come out pretty soon, but this is kind of an advanced copies, if you will. And I agree, Stacy. I think that this gray is less purpley. We had this interesting but this interesting thing happened where some of our journals looked sort of purple with our first run of IMAs. We don't really know why that was happening, but these look a little more solid gray, which I'm glad because we already have a Potions Purple for IMA. So, all right, so you can tell there's an updated end paper here. The iconography here is a lot larger, and the color is updated to be more specific to this Cauldron Gray color. We have a pocket in the back. You can see that. Pretty fancy. It's kind of standard for us now, but for a long time we had no pocket in any of our journals. But now, of course, there's even printing on the inside of the pocket. How cool is that? Maybe you can put your bookmark in there or stickers or whatever you like. As you can see here, there's a second edition stamp of approval when you open it up there. And we switched up a lot of the intro content. You probably wouldn't really notice it, but we used to start with the North Star, and we decided to switch it back to the Call to Adventure. I don't know if he's here today, but huge shout out to James Calderon, or Calderon, I should say, is how you pronounce his last name, because he really helped to revamp and revitalize the introductory content here. The other huge update we made to this journal is we also included the same thing that LOI has as well as GOI, and that is the level up exercises in the chapter breaks. So it used to say reflection questions, but now it says chapter complete because these are chapters. And then you can see the actual level up exercises in this journal are less like stats from D&D, and they're more like classes in a wizard school. So you get to pick, where you feel like you leveled up in the Astoria Magic Academy. You have transfiguration if you progressed, because it's like you're transforming your life. Yeah, get it? You have brooms if you felt, lighter or more energized because you're moving, you're flying. Potions, so you felt, healthier or improved fitness, like a health potion. Study hall, felt more creative or learned some new things. So, exercising your brain. And then herbology, which is improved relationships or increased confidence. So, growing into the person you're supposed to be. So yeah, I'm really excited. It feels really good to have these chapter complete, questions as well as these updated, little icons. And it says report card in here, which is just a nice touch and much more, of course, native to this storyline because it takes place in a Magic Academy. And we actually updated all the questions. So every single chapter question is different now. And they're much more tied to the story. There's even some lore that is kind of spilled in these reflection questions. And it's just fantastic. I want to show you one more thing because we did update, slightly updated. Let me find it here. There it is. So the naming your adventure page, we updated, and I really love how this turned out. Ryan made like a blackboard style drawing here. So you kind of have like a negative ink. Is that what it would be called for when you name your adventure? So when you're totally done with this journal, it'll say my adventure. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. You get to name all of them, all the steps of your journey, however long it may have taken you. And then you get this fun kind of blackboard behind it effect that I adore. So yeah, not huge changes, but definitely enough to justify calling it the second edition. Added a pocket, change the intro content, change the chapter breaks. So yeah, that is a new and improved Story Magic Academy journal. Obviously comes in a brand new box. And I just wanted to do a little show and tell because we work really hard on this stuff and the fine details really matter to me. And I hope that they are appreciated by the wonderful heroes who use these. So yeah, pretty cool. Okay. So I've been doing a lot of talking. And I will just be honest and I'll come out and say it. It's harder to interact with people when you're live streaming alone because you're kind of trying to entertain but also engage. This is kind of the second half of the live stream where, we're going to give away a free journal, but we're also going to do a little something we like to call Brag O'Clock. So Brag O'Clock is where you guys take the stage. And yeah, Alexandria, see? Alexandria knows. It is Brag O'Clock. And, oh wait, hold on. I totally forgot. I have a story to tell you guys. I have a story. Should I wait? Should I wait till the end? I'm going to wait till the end to tell the story about what happened to the Mystic Blue second edition that I had this morning. I do not have it anymore, and I will tell you the story at the very end of the live stream. So someone remind me. Stacy, thank you. But I feel like I got everyone excited about, Brag O'Clock, and I want to just continue with the momentum there. So, okay, so I'll tell the story at the end of the live stream, but for now, I want to hear your stories. I want to hear your brags because it's Brag O'Clock. So Brag O'Clock is a time in the live stream we take about 5-10 minutes, and we just hear from you. All you got to do is comment a brag about your life, about what happened this week, about yourself. And the only rule is that you gotta throw humility out the window for a second. You have to take this time and really just be selfish and be proud of yourself, pat yourself on the back, because we believe that people deserve to be told that they are doing a good job and that someone is proud of them, and that doesn't really happen quite enough. So we wanted to open up a space on our live stream to do that. We've been doing it pretty consistently. So, and yeah, Sky's right. It might be 5 minutes, it might be 10, it might be 20, who knows? The main point is that you gotta brag. So I'm gonna make a thread on Facebook. I don't have the ability to make a thread on YouTube, so you guys are just gonna have to comment, and I'm gonna try and keep up with all the brags. So it is officially is officially brag o'clock. Go ahead and help me out by creating a thread on on Facebook. And I'll probably start over here on YouTube with Kara. Kara said 500 unbroken days of Duolingo Swedish achieved today. Wow. 500 days. That's so long. That's crazy. I mean, what an incredible brag. I can't even wrap my head around that consistency. Good for you, Kara. Jeffrey said, we bought a house. Wow. Settlement on Friday. Congratulations, Jeffrey. Cheyenne said, my new job is amazing and I've done a great job training and the manager has had nothing but positive things to say about me. That's a great feeling. I love that. That's the best. Zach said, I set a new PR for my morning 2K run and then I donated blood. Wow. That's a intense day. Make sure and drink a lot of water and lay down because you might faint. Good for you, Zach. You're killing it. Francesca said, nothing too fancy, but I got to select my dorm room today, and I got the best dorm room in my building. And for those who are on YouTube, she used the cool glasses emoji because that's a great brag. Good for you, Francesca. Hope the room is everything you hope it is. Stacy said, I earned an A in my online class. I also finished the Shire portion of the Lord of the Rings virtual challenge. Good for you, Stacy. Patcha said, I won the Canadian Culinary Institute Scholarship Award at the Culinary Federation Conference this past week. That's amazing. Wow. Patches, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know you were from Canada. That's super cool. Congratulations. Well deserved. Lauren S. said, I worked hard and got down my work tasks from 120 last week to now 50. Wow. That's some serious... That's some hustling right there. Good for you. Leilani said, got to treat myself to a solo shopping day at the mall yesterday. I'm also making my 21st trip around the sun this Sunday. Probably potentially confusing way of saying I'm turning 21. Well, happy birthday to Leilani on Sunday. Leilani's turning 21. And got to do a solo trip at the mall, which is very exciting. Happy birthday. Where's Waldo said, brag o'clock. I journaled every day this week and tracked my mental health for therapy. I freaking love that. Good for you. I hope that was helpful, and I hope it was beneficial. And most of all, I hope it didn't feel too out of, what am I trying to say? Hopefully it doesn't feel too out of the ordinary for you. Like it doesn't feel like an impossible habit to keep up. Good for you, Where's Waldo. Okay. I'm going to speed through YouTube here. Melanie said, I found out that I was selected for a NIH year-long study about obesity. I will have access to a nutritionist, personal coach, and group sessions at no cost. Wow, that's awesome. Good for you. She said, Melanie is super excited. I love it. Becky said, I decided to combine self-care and my college collage quest by doing my last online class for engineering at the beach. Wow. Engineering at the beach is super cool. Chris said, I have 398 unbroken streak on Duolingo Spanish. I just got back into guitar myself and survived work for the week and just putting self-care first more. Good for you. Look at all these Duolingo rock stars. Janet said, James G said, not a big brag, but I did order a new journal this week. Hey-oh, let's go. Janet said, I restarted my Korean studies and realized how bad my Korean got, but even though I'm not as good, I'm dedicated to continuing. I love it. Okay, I'm going to hop over to Facebook now. Feel free to continue commenting on YouTube. I'll jump back there once I'm caught up here. So over on Facebook, Ashley said, I took my test for my third class of real estate and got a 90. I am now halfway through my real estate certification. Congratulations, Ashley. Glenn said, I got and finally wore my green Heroes Journal t-shirt, and it made me feel like a part of the community. I love that, Glenn. I don't know where mine went. I brought it here to Austin. I was trying to find it before the live stream. I couldn't find it. It might be dirty. I love those shirts. I hope you like this shirt, Glenn. Because we waited for a long time to get a good quality shirt. Alexandria said, I finished my 17th year working at the same school and my first year as an instructional coach. Congratulations. Talk about consistency. You must love it. That sounds great. Let's see. Ace said, Bible Vacation School for kids preschool to 8th grade, helping out in my church. Glad you got to do that, Ace. Great brag. Terry said, I am back on the wagon. I lost 4 pounds this week. Glad to have you back, Terry. I love seeing your updates. You've been updating us, Terry, I think, on your quest for like the last, it's got to be over a year at this point. And I can confidently say I look forward to seeing you every week. I love these updates, Terry. Thank you. And good for you. Huge brag. Melissa said, I started fitness boxing on the Switch and did 3 of 4 mornings this week. That sounds like a really fun way to exercise. Good for you, Melissa. Corvette said, I had to get an emergency EKG. I passed. I have a heart. Seriously, it was a little scary, but all is good. I'm glad all is good, Corvette. Thank you for sharing. Really appreciate it. It is Ace's birthday on Monday, so people wish Ace a happy birthday. I love that. Peter said, I made it to the first round of interviews for a job that has almost 1,000 applicants. Holy crap. I had the interview today, and now I wait for the response. Well, man, good luck, Peter. And, hey, good for you for even putting yourself out there and applying. That is a huge brag and should always be celebrated. Applying for jobs is a full-time job. I always say that. And, I'm proud of you, Peter. Devorah said, I launched an audiobook that I'm especially proud of. I love that, Devorah. Love seeing these updates about the audiobooks that you've been working on. Sky said, I don't know how much of a brag it is, but I survived another week. After starting new meds, I had a really scary side effect that has made breathing very difficult, but I'm still here. You are still here, Sky. I'm glad you're still here. Stick in there. Thank you for updating us and bragging, even when, it seems like it ain't worth bragging about. But I love your attitude. It could always be so much worse. You have so much to be grateful for, and we're grateful that you're here. I'm going to keep going. Victoria said, I started Act 3 in my journal this week. Good for you. What's really nice? Starting Act 3 in at least the newer editions of the Hero's Journal, it means that you are especially close to being done, because Act 2 is the longest portion of all of our journals at this point. So good for you. That's like, you're like more than 2/3 the way through, probably 3/4. So good for you, Victoria. Bridget said, I got promoted at work this week to a manager position I've been actively avoiding for 7 years. But if I'm doing the work anyway, I'll take the money. Love it. Take the money. Crystal said, I'm about to start a little free library for almost nothing. My husband is picking up a finished gift cabinet right now for only $25. I love free libraries. If it's the one I'm thinking of, like the ones that you'll have like outside your house, that's super cool. I love that. Jana said, have fun with it. David said, getting some responses from my class hunting quest. No new classes yet, but it's a good sign. Also grading now that I've eaten late lunch while watching the stream. Well, I'm glad to be your lunchtime entertainment. Hopefully your students are passing with flying colors. Glenn said, also started my Sciquest deck. Well, congrats. I hope that you love the Sciquest deck. Sarah said, not my brag, but one for my youngest. My 4-year-old had his shots, took them both without crying, even though he did give the nurse a dirty look. He was happy to get a Yoda sticker to match his Yoda plushie he brought with him. That's incredible, Sarah. That's good mom move. I remember getting my first shots, and my mom said if I didn't cry, she would buy me a deck of Pokemon cards. And she did. And that's a memory that lives with me for some reason. So I'm glad that your son, was brave. Even though it gave the nurse a dirty look. It's hilarious. Corvette said, responding to Crystal, okay. Caitlin said, I had the best vocal lesson this week with a former professor who is one of the best music producers I know, or I think I'll ever know, and has worked with some artists I love. That sounds really special. Mackenzie said, I had an interview this week and submitted grades for my students for the very first time. Wow, that's so cool. Hopefully the experience I have been getting at my current job will be enough to land a teaching job. Hopefully, Mackenzie, it's been fun to watch this teaching quest just continue to progress forward. And I love seeing the updates about it. Cool. All right. Nicole said, I started seeing a therapist for anger and other reasons. Good for you, Nicole. I'm a huge advocate for therapy, I guess, and for therapists. Yeah, I've been in therapy for, 6 years. I had therapy yesterday. I am immensely grateful for it. It always makes its way into my gratitudes in my journal. Anna said, kid brag, my teen had 5 A's and 1 B for final semester grades. My tween also brought home good grades today. And Anna's brag, my brag, I'm here and I haven't cried on the closet floor this week. Tiny victories. Glad to hear that, Anna. Sounds like you have some smart kiddos in the house, and that is definitely a brag. Melissa said, I finally got a raise. Congratulations. Everyone's getting raises. I love it. And then Sky, I think this might be the first kitten brag. Sky said, they are tiny and adorable and healthy and fluffy, and my kids are all being wonderful at being gentle with them. Oh, I love it. Okay. Okay. I think I got most everyone. If I missed you, I'm super sorry. You guys really outnumber me, but I appreciate you all for participating in Brag O'Clock. And just like that, the final and best part, arguably best part of the live stream is where we give away a free journal. Now, I hope John's watching. I don't know if John is watching. Sometimes John's watching, sometimes he's not. I want to do something a little special today. And that is going to be this. If you are selected as the winner of Free Journal Friday, I will allow the option to pick one of the new Galaxy of Astoria journals, except for Cosmic Rose. I can't include Cosmic Rose in that. That's just for the Astorianauts for now. But I will allow a Deep Space, a Solar Flare, or a Lunar Sand journal if you really want one of those and you win for Free Journal Friday. It will be a pre-order, so it won't get to you until August, but we'll put your name down and we will send you one for free when the time comes. Because we're kind of celebrating this is the end of our pre-launch. And so, I want people to know that we're celebrating that. So, okay. Melissa said story time. Not story time yet. First, we got to draw the winner of Free Journal Friday. Just going to be one today. So you will notice that there are pinned comments on YouTube and on Facebook. If you haven't entered your name yet, now is your last chance. Throw your name in that spreadsheet for a chance to win Free Journal Friday. I'm going to go ahead and remove duplicates. Currently have 75 entries. I'm going to refresh. Make sure everyone has a chance to win. And then, what else is kind of sad about this is I'm not going to do the wheel of names like we usually do because I don't know how to set it up, and it might crash my computer. It's crashed Kyle's computer before, and that makes me nervous. So, and I don't want to lose all the live stream stuff. So I'm just going to put them in a randomizer. We have 74 entries today. The rules of Free Journal Friday are this, if you're new. So we take your name, we draw it from the randomizer. If you are selected, then you have 90 seconds to claim your free journal. And if you don't claim it, if you don't say something in the comments, so we know that you're here, that's how you claim it, by the way, we got to pick someone else. So in other words, if you hear your name said, say anything in the comments so you win. And if you don't say anything, we got to pick someone else. All right, here we go. And the winner of Free Journal Friday is Alexandria Adams. Alexandria, come on down. Oh, I gotta start my timer. I'm pretty sure I saw Alexandria a few times in the live stream, so I'm not super nervous that Alexandria is not here. Nonetheless, I have started a stopwatch. I wanted the milliseconds in there to really make you sweat. Oh, there she is. Okay. That was about 9 seconds. So anyway, congratulations, Andrea. You are the winner of Free Journal Friday. I'm going to reply to your comment here and say email support@theheroesjournal.co with the shipping info and color you would like to receive. There we go. Boom. Congratulations, Alexandria. you're the winner of Free Journal Friday. And like I said, I want to hold true to my promise. If you have the patience for it, you can opt for one of the new GOI journals. Just make sure and mention that to support. And if John is here, I'm sure he, in his wonderful organizational brain, will make a note of it, and we will send you a journal when we have them in stock in August. So yeah, congratulations. Thank you for coming to Free Journal Friday. Okay. Before you guys all sign off and go enjoy your incredible weekends where you all get to live your best lives, I'm going to tell you a nice story that happened today. And it has to do with the Heroes Journal. It has to do with all of you. So I was having coffee with a friend this morning. I'm kind of far away from where I live currently. And I got an Uber home because I don't have a car here. So I was Ubering home. And Austin is nice. It's, there's some nice Ubers around here. I walked outside to my Uber and it was a blue, like a bright blue Tesla, which I'm not really a car guy. So all I know is that I think that those are nicer cars. So I got into this car and the lady that was driving the car had blue hair to match the Tesla. And she was very nice. And as she was driving, I noticed on her wrist, I was sitting in the back seat, and I could see her wrist on the steering wheel. There was a tattoo right here. It was a Lord of the Rings tattoo. And I recognized her from the back seat. And I was like, hold on. Are you a Lord of the Rings fan? And she's like, I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I also have a Lord of the Rings tattoo on my arm right here. And so we were talking about tattoos. Turns out she had a bunch of, different nerdy symbols. She had like the Wonder Woman logo symbol. She had the Deathly Hallows. She had the Avengers logo. She had like a Star Trek logo. I mean, she had all of it. And it was really funny because we were talking about Comic Cons and like fandoms and stuff. And of course, we started talking about the Heroes Journal. And, if I'm being honest with you guys, like I'm a little timid in person. I'm not the best like salesman. I don't really sell myself or the Heroes Journal all that well. I'm kind of like, I kind of say like, I really wanted to use like a nerdier journal. And so I made this thing and a lot of people like using it too. And so she thought it was really cool. And I told her, as we're talking about it, she's like, oh my gosh, I am such a nerd, but I am such a planner nerd as well. And she reaches her hand to her passenger seat. Remember, I'm in the back. And she picks up a planner. And it's just a boring, planner that says, planning things on the front. And she goes, she's like, this thing holds my life together. And I was like, I have got to give you a Heroes Journal. I just have to. So we pull up to my Airbnb. I run upstairs. I grab the Mystic Blue because she's in a blue Tesla. She's got the blue hair. And I go out, and her name was Cecilia. And she was standing outside of her car. She was so excited. She didn't really know what to expect. And I handed her the second edition IMA advanced copy of Mystic Blue. And I said, I got you the blue because, it matches your hair in your car. And, she was so excited. She couldn't believe the quality. She couldn't believe how cool it was. And she was like, can I have a hug? And I was like, sure. So I gave her a hug. It's probably the only Uber driver I've ever hugged before. But it was just like, it was an incredible moment to see the joy on someone's face of getting something. And, if I'm being transparent with you guys, Kyle and I love, running the Heroes Journal. It's not the easiest thing in the world to run a business by any means. It's very difficult. And when you're running an online business, it's really cool, right? Because you get to ship products and you get all these reviews. But it's really easy to forget that, on the other side of these orders they're just humans. They're just people. We call, you heroes. But you heroes are just people. And there's a very human element to someone receiving something that is really exciting. And it was a reminder, when I gave Cecilia this Mystic Blue journal, that when people unbox the Heroes Journal or when they get it for the first time, there is like a moment of disbelief and satisfaction and excitement and anticipation. And we don't get to see those moments, you know? We just ship these journals and hope they show up okay. And we have confidence in our product because we worked really hard on it and we know people love them. But we don't always get to be there for those unboxing moments. And it was just a nice reminder that this thing that we've made, this community that, you know, you guys have made so special and you've helped build, it's just made up of like people who are going through life and experiencing moments and a lot of different things. And one of those things is joy. And I hope that we can continue to sell Heroes journals and we can continue to give people the emotional response that Cecilia gave today and the excitement, you know? And who knows if she's going to use a journal over the other planner. It's not really about that. It just felt good to be able to hand someone something that I could just tell was like perfect. Like they just fit in with like the Heroes Journal tribe, Heroes Journal community. And so yeah, that's the story. That's why I couldn't show you a Mystic Blue journal. But yeah, I just wanted to share that story today because it was really cool. And it was just such a special moment as like a co-founder of a, you know, if we're being honest, kind of a weird product. And to see the joy and excitement on her face, like really made my day. And I wanted to share that moment with you guys. So yeah, I guess that'll be my brag o'clock as well. Pat just said we need a blue LOI, the Cecilia edition. We do. Who knows? Maybe Cecilia will hop in on Facebook sometime. What I will say is she was a like really avid con goer. And so if you ever see a lady with blue hair and all these different fandom tattoos around her right wrist, you can stop her and say, "Are you Cecilia? I heard that you got a free Mystic Blue journal." And I guess that'd be pretty creepy. Maybe don't do that. But, you know, just say hi or whatever. But if we ever go back to Comic Cons, you know, hopefully we run into each other again and we can revisit the story because it was a cool moment. So yeah, thanks for sticking to the end. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much for supporting us with the GOI release. I cannot say enough how much that has helped us, you know, stay in business and get to make cool stuff continuously. We have a lot of cool stuff coming up. I should have said this earlier. I totally forgot. We are restocking the Astoria Magic Academy Sciquest Deck on Wednesday. It'll be available for purchase. We'll send an email on Monday so you'll know all about it. I'm very excited. Anyway, have a good weekend, everyone, and happy questing.